What's up everybody, it's Block 11 here. Just got a profile, the long awaited, sorry about delays, of the Vendread deck profile. Vendread's new deck is the latest deck I've actually built. First ritual deck I've ever played as well, so I have been enjoying playing as a ritual deck. Just ritual decks never interested me till this one came about, so I thought zombies, all that stuff, why not, let's build it. And then let's crack on with the deck profile. So yeah, up first we have got 3 of the Vendread Slayer. As it's the main ritual kind of in the deck, everything kind of rolls around him. And as an effect, so it's during damage calculation, quick effect, you can banish a zombie monster and it gains, and this card gains 300 attack. Pretty pointless, puts up to a 2/7, so beating over things maybe work out. But if it's sent to the graveyard, when it's the rituals is sent to the graveyard, you can add a ritual spell from your deck to your hand, and then Foolish Burial a Vendread monster to your graveyard. So it's good. Being able to get things in the graveyard obviously is what you want in this deck, and being able to add the rituals back to hand, help recycle itself, help extend your plays. Then next we've got 2 of the Vendread Battle Lords, and with this one, it's great. It's an Azathoth, who, you know, Azathoth's banned for a reason. So it's once per turn, you can banish a Vendread monster from your graveyard, declare 1 type monster, spell, or trap for the rest of the turn. Your opponent can't activate it. Very, very good. Sort of if you're going in for the kill, going in for the OTK or whatever, just being able to get damage and being able to stop your opponent and stopping their deck from being able to stop your plays. And next got a few of the got 1 of the Scavenger Vendreads. It's quick effect, it's you contribute another zombie, and it gains equal to attack to that card's original attack until the end of the turn. But its other effect, which is the main effect I feel, is if you've got a Vendread Slayer on the field, you can special summon it out. Obviously the link counts as a Vendread Slayer, so obviously summon this out with another zombie, go into the link, you can bring him back, being able to ritual summon again and extend your plays. And we've got 1 of the Executor, which is 3k. He's a big boy, ritual. And it's also treated as a Vendread Slayer while it's on the field. And it's while it's ritual summons cards on the field, your opponent can't target cards you control card effects except this one. And when it's destroyed by battle or card effect, or destroyed by opponent's card's effect, you can add a Vendread card from your deck to your hand. So that's what's so good about the rituals, is they're always replacing themselves or bringing themselves back. So you know, classic things obviously with rituals is you're losing your advantage, but with this deck, you know, it's not as bad. So yeah, the rituals that you run, you don't need too many of them, because you can all of the ritual spells can special summon from the graveyard as well as hand. So you know, you can always just recycle back into them once they leave the field. And we've got some of the got the newer card here. We've got Scar of the Vendread, and it's pretty much everything. It's everything that sort of the deck needed to help extend it. A very good wave of new support. And so basically, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a Vendread spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, and then while it's in your graveyard, except during a damage step, if a monster's tributed, you can banish another zombie, special summon it out. So it's everything that you need. Special summons itself out. You can get the spells or traps, so obviously searching the ritual spells, just being able to, and it's level 6 as well, so it perfectly goes into Slayer. That's really good. So, and carrying all the monsters, we've got 2 of the Vendread Revenants. Managed to get that right. And these are all good because obviously all the Vendread main deck ones, obviously apart from Scar, they have the, obviously when they use the ritual for a Vendread monster, like they give it a bonus effect. And so this one, if it's destroyed by a battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon it but banish it when it leaves the field. All of them have like sort of different, I'll go through that in a minute, but sort of like different effects to special summon themselves out sort of when certain things happen. And also the Vendread monster that's ritual summoned using it gets a quick effect banish of special summon monster, which is really good, helps interrupt your opponent's plays. Managed to use it with that. Then next we got 1 of the Hound Whore. And if this card's sent to the graveyard, you can discard Vendread, special summon it. So sent to the graveyard for a ritual summon, special summon it straight out. More materials to go into your links or synchro plays. And then it's once per turn for the effect of the ritual that it will give. It's can banish a spell or trap card from opponent's field. So again, more interruption. And then next we've got Vendread. I can't pronounce this one. I did look it up, but I struggled to pronounce it. And when it's sent to the graveyard, you can reveal a Vendread card in your hand, special summon it. So again, same as Hound Horde, just special summon it, use it as a ritual, special summon it out again, or use it as link material, continue plays. And then its effect for the ritual is after damage calculation, after it battles an opponent monster, draw a card, discard a card. So help with the hands out. And then we've got one of the Vendread Anima. And you can, so this effect is you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target a banish for Vendread and special summon it. So that's, you know, being able to help with your ritual plays and things like that, and being able to link and synchro and so on. And then its effect that it will give to the ritual, if it's ritual summoned, it gets to banish any monster that it battles with, which is a good effect if they've got destruction effects or whatever. So that's the end of the Vendread sort of part, and then the second part of this, the engine to help it. Obviously, you could use incantations and things, but with this deck, I've just decided to go for the sort of the Unizombie and sort of Zombie World engine. So with Zombie World, great card, being able to discard things, change its level, Foolish Burial to the graveyard. Everything really good. Just an engine to help with the deck and things like that. Being able to send the Vendread to the graveyard. So obviously teaming up with that, we've got 3 of the Solitaire to help to get into the Unizombie. 1 Mizuki. Obviously everything in the deck is zombie, so just being able to special summon, continue plays and things like that. Then we've got 1 of the Necrorail Banshee, Glow Up Bloom, and the Doom King Border Rock. So just obviously these two kind of all go together with the Zombie World engine and Zombie World package within this deck. And then, so that's it for the monster lineups, and we'll move on to the spells. So we've got 3 of the Revenged Origin, the OG, if you will, ritual spell for this deck. And obviously it's literally, so it's, you can special summon any Revenged rituals from your hand or graveyard. So I'll finish that bit because that's what all of them do. It's hand or graveyard, which is obviously really, really good. And with this one, you can also banish monsters from the graveyard as well as from your hand or field to special summon them. So this is really good if obviously getting all the zombies in the graveyard using this. Easy to understand. And if a Vendread Slayer you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish it instead. So obviously quite a few of the cards in this deck are named Slayer, so obviously it's not just using it on the one ritual. Then a couple of other of the rituals, we've got Ravenous Vendreads, and with this one it's you special summon a Revendread from your hand, deck or graveyard in face down, and then ritual summon, but you have to use that one. So being able to summon from the deck, hand or graveyard, you know, is exactly what you want. You know, you can use that, summon the Scar, go into Slayer. It's quite simple. It's really, really good. And then we've got the other one, which is Revendread Evolution. And with this one, so you send Vendread monsters from your deck, hand, field or deck to the graveyard, and whose level equal it to special summon it. So it works as a Foolish Burial as well. And obviously you're not having to have the monsters in hand, they can be used from deck. So as we're playing a ritual deck, so we'll play 3 of the pre-preparation of rites. As you're playing ritual decks, have to play it really, obviously. 1 of the zombie worlds, part of the zombie world package with Glow Up Boom and Doom King. Then 1 of the Vendread Charge, which is a really good card. Just being able to send one monster, send one zombie monster rather, sorry, from your hand or to the graveyard to the field, from the field to the graveyard, to special summon a Vendread. So you can obviously go into Unizombie, send something, discard something. and then being able to then shift into the Vendread half of the deck is really easy. It's made quite simple. Obviously playing all zombies, so it's 1 Foolish Burial. Obviously want everything in the graveyard, and then that's it for the spells. And then moving on to the traps, just play one of each of the Reorigin, which is target one face up monster your opponent controls that has a level, tribute it, and then summon a token of that level. But it locks you into Vendread, so it's quite good if your opponent's got something that can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. Being able to tribute it is quite handy. 1 Reunion, which is basically just like a trap ritual spell. So you reveal a ritual monster in your hand, special summon banished Vendread monsters with different names face down to the same level, and then use those monsters to ritual summon. So, you know what I mean? Sort of just being able to do that, really handy. And then one of the Vendread Daybreak, which is basically just like Exciton Knight. So if you've got, if your opponent controls more monsters or more cards than you do, choose a ritual summon Vendread monster you control, destroy everything else, but it can't attack. So it is so identical to the Exciton Knight. So that's it for the main deck. Now moving on to the extra deck. I've got 2 of the Vendread Savior. So it's just 2 zombie monsters pointing down link, so it's not pointing to your opponent, it's really good. And then you can activate, and it's always Slayer on the field, and then you can activate one of these effects, and you can target a Vendread card in your graveyard to add to your hand. So, you know, as you can use your rituals to go into this, add them back to your hand, add the spell back to hand, really good. And then during damage calculation, if your opponent monsters, if this card battles an opponent's monster's quick effect, you can Foolish Burial zombie to the graveyard, and then the opponent loses attack equal to its level times 200. So I don't know, could help. Not too sure how much it would though. And then to the others, we've got one of the Vampire Sucker. Obviously playing all zombies, and opponent special summons with Zombie World out, and then boom, ends up being a draw one for you. One of the Access Code Talker, just sort of help with the OTK and popping the opponent's field. And then 1 Nightmare Unicorn, just being able to pop on your opponent's turn, because of course we are playing one of the IP Masquerades. These, with a lot of these, sort of the extra deck is just kind of good staple cards that you can use and go into, because we've got like the 1 Phoenix and the 1 Cerberus. And because we run the sort of Uni-Zombie half of the engine, allows us to go into the Synchro place. We've got 1 Borreload Savage, because we play quite a lot of links, just the Omni Negates. 1 Omega, always good getting cards out of your opponent's hand. And of course, if we get locked into zombies, we've got like Red Eye Zombie Necro Dragon. 1 Black Rose, sort of going second, just being able to blow up the opponent's board. Really nice. And then being able to sort of get on with your Vendread sort of plays. And then we've got 1 of the FA Drawn Dragster, just because with the YuGiOh Zombie it makes it really easy to go into level 7s. And 1 of the Immortal Dragon, again if we're locked into zombies. There is only 14 cards in there because I still haven't got my Barra on the floor, and I am getting it super soon. Just money's been a bit tight at the minute, but I promise I will do. So yeah, so that's it. So that is the deck profile for the Vendreads. Which, yeah, so obviously I've just picked it up, started playing with it, and it's been a lot of fun, and it's won me some games, so I'm very happy with how it's going so far. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace out.